Recently, somebody told me in one of my comments that I should do a trash fire take segment or something along those lines. I don't have a trash fire take for you today, but I do have a trash fire coping mechanism that I think really helps with anxiety. My name is Lauren Knighty. I'm a psychiatric evaluator. I like to start off by saying I'm not a doctor. I can't prescribe anyone medications. I also never wanted to be a therapist, so I can't help anyone fix their relationship with their mother. Can give you a little bit of advice on how I like to cope with anxiety. I've seen a lot of different coping mechanisms for a lot of different things, many of them very unhealthy, so I'm going to tell you about one of mine. It's not unhealthy, it's just really fucking strange. I used to have a lot of extreme social anxiety and just general anxiety, and when you're anxious about something, one of the things that makes that so difficult is the buildup. You know this thing is coming. Maybe it's a social situation, maybe you're going to be around a lot of unfamiliar people, maybe it's a job interview, maybe it's a first date, I don't know, anything. It's the buildup, the anticipation. You can think about all the kinds of things that could go wrong, or like, what do I say? What do I do with my hands? What if I fart? For me, one instance when I remember this being particularly helpful is in a past relationship when I had to go and see my ex when she was living at her grandparents' house. Now, her grandparents, not the biggest fan of our relationship. I was like the tattooed lesbian gym teacher devil corrupting their granddaughter. One of the hardest parts about that was the walk up to the door. Just wondering how it was going to go, what was going to happen, what was I going to say? What if I just sat there in silence the whole time and was super awkward? Some people are visual thinkers, I am not. So I had to figure out some way to distract myself without kind of visualization. So I would focus really hard on this one sound. When I was walking up to their door, when I rang the doorbell, right up until I saw their faces when they opened it. You want to know what that sound was? That's it, folks. It's hard to feel anxious when you're distracted by a goat screaming occupying your brain. Now, it doesn't have to be a goat screaming, but that to me was just a little bit funny, so it made it a little bit better. You could realistically think about any sound, but screaming is so dramatic to me that it just kind of drowns out whatever else was going on in there, you know? Could be a person screaming, like some of us do that thing where we have like our own voice playing in our heads and we're like thinking to ourselves, and I would just like think about like all kinds of swear words and just like in succession, like, fuck, shit. Yeah, maybe that's unflattering, but then I'm like, why the fuck are you here listening to my thought process? So yeah, I got lots of little tricks like that, but that's the one I use the most to this day. So if you want to try this, let me know if it worked for you. Hope you enjoyed this video and the view of the room I refuse to clean behind me. I'll be around with more trash fire takes another time. Weird. Oh, I didn't end it yet.